Greetings and welcome my friends. This is Black Attack 2, the mono evil deck featuring some evil legends, plenty of removals and some tireless workhorse henchmen. The original Black Attack was our first ever showcase deck on this channel. And after a year and a half we finally have a sequel. The aim of the deck is to get men on board and turn them sideways until the opponent's head explodes. We have a pair of men that provide card draw so we don't have to spend card slots specifically for hand acceleration. We have Forsaken Miner as our early play. Get him down on turn 1 and then start getting in for hits the very next turn. If he dies he can easily come back from the grave all by himself. Its useful ability we will try to take advantage of. Drown in Ichor is our first removal. For an easy 2 mana we can give an enemy man -4/-4. We went with this removal due to the 4 Massacre Girls in the deck. With her in play we snipe an enemy and draw a card. It's like pressing the easy button. Final Flourish is another removal that we can fire off to eliminate an early enemy, or later in the game we can pay the kicker, sacrifice one of our little guys like the miner or a snail, and give something -6/-6. That should be enough to do in most men in the current standard. We're playing the snail in this deck for some easy hand disruption. The snail will snipe a card right out of the opponent's hand. And we get a 1/1 body to go with it, which later in the game we can then use to attack, or block. Choking Miasma is a small sweeper. With Massacre Girl, if this wipes out multiple enemy men then it gets turned into multiple cards for us. Any X2 men are toast. Also, if something is rather big it can be combined with other removals to take down a larger target. Gix is the first of our legends. With him in play any attacker can end up being card draw. He has a secondary ability that costs 7 mana and we can discard X cards to take X cards from the opponent's deck, but that's not what we're trying to do. We want hits early and often. More cards will fuel our beatdown. Soul Enervation is an enchantment removal. We're only playing 2 copies but it can have an impact on the game. It does have flash so we can play it at instant speed. It'll give an enemy -4/-4 and then sticks around to drain the opponent for 1 every time we have one of our men leave the grave. And lucky us, we have every intention to get men out of our grave. Here is Massacre Girl, our second legend. Massacre Girl is a strong 4/4 with menace, but what really makes her shine is how she makes our men have wither. And whenever enemy men die with a toughness less than 1 we get a draw. It's a feedback loop we aim to take advantage of. The new Gisa is also here. She is a powerhouse, her stats are nice but she also comes with ward 2 and pay 2 life. She generates 2 tokens whenever we commit a crime, and with our removals and Snail we'll be sure to make plenty of token men. We have a pair of Toxrill, the Corrosive is our last legend. He is excellent at shrinking enemy men every single turn. Any men that die will generate slug tokens for us. Combined with Massacre Girl, the pair will be a force on board. Our last card is the Black Virtue. Its removal early then gets back any dead men from any grave. It's a card that can easily give us inevitability and lets us outgrind many opponents. For lands we have 24 swamps. There is nothing else this deck needs, but mana as soon as it gets played out. Playing the deck is very straightforward. The most critical decisions seem to come early when you have to decide between using removal on an enemy or waiting. Ideally we get early men down then play Gix and get in for damages. Draw cards and use removals for bigger blockers. In the mid to late game, our legends should see us gain a bigger and bigger advantage on board. Mono evil for the win. That's the deck boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is 7 tars. That's a lot of tars. Couldn't squeeze in an 8th tar? We get a 2-lander with plenty of early men and a Gix as well. This is good. Keep. To me it seems like the more aggressive deck gets to play first. Which explains how mono red gets to be on the play so much. In this case, it's our turn to be the aggressor. For our second turn we'll go with our snail. Let's serve up some escargot. They are on Azorius but have 0 plays so far. What are they trying to cook up over there? We draw a 3rd land and we will risk them having a counter. We have to try to get Gix in play. And we land him without a hitch. We'll get 2 draws and damages. This is a huge moment for us as we will get to refuel. They play out a spider. It's a good blocker but we've got a good board against them. We're looking at getting 2 additional draws with every attack for the next few turns. And maybe more. This turn we'll play out our other miner then send the team. They block Gix, and don't go for the easy block and take out one of our men. We will gladly accept the extra cards. There is no declining this ability. We draw into a Massacre Girl. That will be our play next time around. They play out an eidetic memory. It's cool to see it getting play since we've put it to good use in multiple decks. The spider gets a bit of pump, but it might be too little too late. Our turn. We auto-drop Massacre Girl. Even if they knock Gix off, we have another in hand already. Plus the Wither will knock the spider down a few notches. Damage and draw, one of the best combos in MTG. Their artifact deck is really struggling. We already have lethal on board. What they needed to do is play out a blocker. Even without the removal they were toast. We'll go through the motions anyways, then send the team. Yeah, that's GG's. This is Shadow W, born in 87. Nothing keeps a good shad down. We get a 3-lander that is all removal. Honestly, we've kept worse hands. As we like to say around here. Keep your pants on. Hold on a second, are they mono blue? I thought these mono blue players went on to something else. We'll go for our miner here. If they counter it, we can get him out of the grave. There's their genie in a bottle. You have to rub him the right way. They have a mana open, so they likely have a counter, but we have to try to snipe the genie. I'd rather them counter the removal than use a protection like slip out the back. This way we can use another removal to clear out the genie on our turn. Soul Enervation will certainly do the trick. It's too bad we don't have the mana to get our miner back from the grave. But there should be more opportunities in the future. We'll serve up their favorite dish, cargo. Getting them to toss a card really helps our chances. Against mono blue you want to try to run them out of cards. We even get our miner back. They pull a serpent out of their pants. It's a big beefy monster that is usually pretty difficult to deal with. What are the chances they will block if we send our men in? Let's go in for hits and see what they do. To my surprise, they throw a block on the miner. That was a total mistake. Not only can we snipe their snake and put it back in their pants, but we'll also get our miner back from the grave. That worked out perfectly. All that's left is to get Gisa down and close out the game. They fire off a Fading Hope and bounce our miner. It'll save them 2 points of life. Let's replay the miner and see if they have a counter. It's a good test and maybe we can get Gisa in play. The miner made it down. Let's try Gisa. We get Gisa also. This game is on. They aim a Fading Hope at Gisa. It'll cost them. And that's all they could do with their turn. We'll go with Gisa again. A Make Disappear won't work, we have the mana to pay for it. We get them down to 7. Unless they have more plays, we need one more attack to get the job done. And that's game. GG's. This is Wall Dogger Aldu. Man, how do you even remember your own name, bro? We get a 4-lander with 1 early play. There's also a mid-game play and a late-game play. Shout out to the shuffler. You know that voice in your head that says you should mulligan? I ignored it, lol. Keep your pants on. With any luck, our miner should be worth a good 6 damage or so to their face. The next time we play a card might be turn 4, lol. They get in a Rot Priest, which with our hand is likely the worst news we could have heard. Miner can't block, so when he goes, get in there miner. You're supposed to do a good 6 damage or so. They play out a Delver. He doesn't belong in their deck, but you know, you can lead a Wall Dogger to water but you can't make him drink. We draw our small sweeper. It's perfect for knocking out the enemy team. And we do want their Rot Priest dead and buried. We'll get in another hit, then choke their men until their eyes pop. Our miner can come right back, but their men are toast, no jam. Smell you later, boys. Don't come back now, you hear? Well, hell's bells, the darling of the deck joins the party a bit too late. The Rot Priest already left. There will be no funny shenanigans today, young miss. Get in there, Massacre Girl. Take over the game for us, will ya? They play out a Thrumming Bird. All I know is it's not a very good blocker. They're going to have a tough time racing. They'll need a good half dozen hits or so, and we need 1 less than that. We'll play out our Enervation and get our miner back from the grave. We shorten their leash. Now all we need is 3 turns. They buy themselves another turn by gaining 4 life with the safekeeping, but time is still not on their side. Ah yes, the classic Legends dilemma. But at least they can block now. Well, they can block the miner. Let's see if they actually throw a block. Well, it's a block, but it's a fake block. They saved themselves 2 damage. And now they are out of cards. We hit for 6 and they now hit for 4. The poison isn't going to matter unless they get more toxic men. We'll play out Gisa, and now they have to hold back to block or lose on our next attack. This could be their last draw. They send their men. It's GG's. All we have to do is snipe their Delver. It's just not a good environment for Poison Ivy. Nice try, bro. This is the JIB, no wait, it's THGB. You can't trick us, bro. We're starting this one off with a 3-lander. We've got 2 removals and 2 snails. I hope they like escargot. Snails in butter, yum yum. Alright bro, the joke is not on me, it's going to be on you. Let's get this rolling. Boris red is it? They tend to run through their hand pretty fast, so let's focus on feeding them escargot early on. We drew into a Gix, definitely escargot for their breakfast. Open up bro, I hear snail is tasty. It's not at all going to be chewy like an old dirty tire. Let's see what price they paid. That's a guy they didn't need anyways. They throw down a virtuoso. That looks like there will be plenty of boosting available to them. Their spear guy can stay, but the virtuoso showed up without pants. He has to go home. Which is the grave. That's where they all belong. A Sam Moot. How many colors are they playing? All of them? We've got more escargot to serve up. And then we'll snipe their Sam Moot. Another spear guy, and then they throw down a Shite Jite. This could get out of hand. Hardy Boy Gix shows up to give us some cards. We need some ammo. We get a removal and one of our small sweepers. Let's go ahead and snipe their guy with the weapon. Put it down and nobody gets hurt. Well dang man, I thought the weapon would be enough. That's a solid hit, but we'll take it. Let's go in. If we're right, they'll block Gix, then we can snipe their guy. Plus we'll get a pair of cards even though Gix is going to take a dirt nap. You gotta love these people. Get your pants on, bro, you're on YouTube. They use the charge counters, lol. We've got backup. We've hit 7 mana on time. Let's get a virtue down and start taking advantage of men in the grave. They sent the dish back, but this gets served to them again. Open up, bro, you know you like escargot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Other than drawing too many lands, this is looking alright. They're drawing plenty of lands as well. Welcome to the flood, bro. We'll hold back Gix in case they draw a big hasty. Let's not get blown out by a surprise guy. The game ends on land draws. GG's.